Hey, hey, hey. Thank you for that. Would you mind explaining to Dimitri what you told the guys tonight, please?
Hello, Peter.
You weren't so close to you. Asking Costas to come and help. Just like very briefly. I know you get into the part.
Yeah. So that's on screen. So, it's just a recap of all the basic Parksol things. So, first Parksol, center to the bridge, and the thing to pay attention to is it is just to my center. I'm not going over to the side. I'm just pushing to the center. And for me, if this is my guard hand, so this is my guard hand position or punch position. When I Parksol, I'm parking into the middle of my own forearms. So it's between my punch and my guard hand. I'm just parking to there.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Makes sense?
Yes, yes, thank you.
So it's not a full punch distance.
Yeah.
It's through the middle, and it's always forward. And when I do it, there is a pop of the wrist. You know, like
Yeah. It's on off.
yes.
Yeah.
That's
Makes sense.
Parksol number one. So with a partner, it's a short form. So this is without any body turning.
Yeah.
But in practice, you will almost always want to turn your hip into it, because the result isn't just to move the arm. Because if I just move the arm, he's still free to punch me, and I'll be just doing this all the time. So when I do the Parksol, I want to put enough hip so that Kostas is forced to turn and face away from me. That takes away some of the effectiveness of the rear hand.
I see.
Yes, but remember, see, you stretched out too far again. Remember, it goes to that same halfway point between your punch and your guard. So even though I'm turning, I'm still popping it short to this in-between space.
Makes sense, Peter. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So that's the recap of the basic Parksol.
Thank you.
Parksol 2 is kind of what we were doing here. So when the punch comes in, Viking Samurai. So when the punch comes in,
Carry on. Yeah.
as I'm drawing it in,
It's gone. Yeah.
I don't have to grab when I draw him in. Because he's punching and there's pressure, when I meet it, there is a balance of that pressure. He's coming forward and I'm just, no, stay with this one. He's coming forward and I'm just letting him come forward. And if I get that timing right and the pressure right, he will stick to it and start to slip into it.
I see.
The thing to remember though is when you're doing the drawing in Parksol, don't just draw it in here.
Yeah.
You've got to draw it in and leave enough angle so that there's some forward energy in the frame. Because otherwise, if I just do this, he can just walk in and collapse me and I've got nothing to do against it. So when I'm drawing in, there is still frame behind it. And again, it's the hip turn that allows you to turn him, draw him in, and maintain this.
Sorry, Peter. By the frame, you mean that you are forming a 90-degree angle? Yeah.
Well, it's not a fixed angle. It's just so long as you've got enough to be able to get pressure going forward in your forearm.
Yes, we rolled the sausage rolls.
So even when you draw it in, don't just go to here. It's you control him off, and it's the pressure between you two which creates the stick and the draw. So when you practice the drawing in Parksol without a partner, it's not just that. It is that, and then a controlled drawing in, so that you're pulling into with a solid frame.
So it's and you are parking to the side. You are parking to the side of the arm, isn't it? Not on top of it. Yeah?
It's more. It's not so much the side of the arm. It's more. If it's coming towards me, I go to wherever it is coming towards me.
I see. Because the reason I'm asking, Peter, because yesterday many guys were doing it. They were parking on top.
Yes. Don't go down. Don't Parksol down. Because if he Parksol down and if he's good, he'll just follow it.
I see.
So you want to control it towards them, to there, or if it's while it's still moving.
Oh, so it's quite dramatic still. Yeah, you are drawing in quite dramatic.
So part of the drawing in is because of the turn.
It's just a bit more, giving you a bit more space.
Ah, I see. I
So
see.
there is, yeah, so when you draw, there is still pressure. And the point of the drawing in is, let's go back a little bit so that we're straight frame. And the point of the drawing in is so that you get his weight and you can see him start to fall.
Yeah,
When he's
yeah.
falling is when I can hit.
Ah, I see.
And in combinations, what they'll start to feel is when I draw it in, I actually rotate into my leg slightly and I sink.
Yeah.
So then when I turn back, I rise again and I can clear his arm. Because what happens when they don't do that and they stay upright and they do this and then they do this, they end up sliding against the arm and it's not a clean strike. And really, again, it needs to be clean. I hit him without touching his arm.
You mean the arm should be cleared? Yeah. Move
Yeah,
away.
you have to control him and sink him
Yeah.
so that when you hit, it's a proper clean hit.
I see. Yeah.
And it's not just this movement, because I do it when I do tansol as well. So when I tansol, I'm sinking into the leg
Yeah.
so that when I turn back around, I leave his arm to hit.
Ah, I see.
Because again, sometimes you see when people do it, they'll do a tansol and then they try and punch and they end up sliding up against the arm.
Yeah.
So practice doing these shapes by into the legs and then out, into the legs, out.
Yeah. Makes sense.
You just did that.
Yes. And then to put it into combinations, all I did was just to get them to go this, okay, for straight park soles. Maybe we should go to the side while you close up the class.
Yeah, no, it's
Okay.
fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Carry on.
And then started feeding in that drawing in park sole.
Yeah. This one.
Okay,
Yeah.
and here's a little detail for actually striking using this. My hand is here at the moment. It's forward in the space, right? And this punch is going to come. When the punch comes, I can leave my hand here. See where my hand is?
Yes.
And hit.
Ah, okay. Parking and hitting. Yeah, at the same.
Yep. So when the next punch comes in,
Yeah.
I leave my arm out because this still keeps me safe. So again, so back from there. So if I hit, I leave my arm out and I circle around my elbow for that punch. See my hand? And then that hand can hit. So this is about keeping your elbow out. This punch comes in, I leave my elbow. Bang. Oh, sorry. Punch comes in, leave my elbow. Bang.
Yeah.
So basically, this was just to show people when your hands are out, sometimes you leave it out and you move your elbow out.
If you're tall enough, try not to.
So sorry, didn't get this point, Peter. Didn't quite get it. You mean leaving out when?
Leave your arm out. Don't always pull your arm back. It's about protecting your space.
To leave it in the position, it's already in.
Yeah.
To leave it there. Yeah.
Because you've done a park sole to strike, right?
Yes.
So if something comes towards my face now, I leave
Yes.
this elbow here and I circle round.
Wow.
And then I use the turn of my hip to allow the rear hand to strike. Yes, that's it.
Ah. It's quite not a tricky. It's quite a coordinated movement. Thank you very much, Peter. Thank you very much.
And
Thank you.
that's basically what I just took them through.
Really nice because I just realized because yesterday I was doing the majority of it incorrectly. Absolutely in the because these little things that it's a game changer that you've just.
Yeah,
Thank
and then
you.
Pete's question with the team, with the tansel.
Don't do it unless you're because in a fight.
Because the argument, we might as well have this conversation. So the argument is, also I don't know what exactly you've said with him, but so remember Sifu did the park life situation like 1, 2.
Yes.
Remember that 3?
Yes.
You remember
By
that?
the end of the class.
So the question was, you go 1, 2, 3, you can come in, but then this one, what do you do with this one? So he
Yeah.
said you can check here. So you can either check here, like so,
Yeah.
or you can do like almost like a high tansel. which was
Yeah.
what you were saying, wasn't it?
So because some schools teach it.
Some schools teach it, yeah.
Yeah,
So what we were saying is it wasn't necessarily wrong, but
Yeah.
if it was someone, say, coming with a really tight hook,
yeah,
maybe Tansao is not going to defend. Because
yeah,
it is a
makes sense.
tight hook.
Yeah.
It might-
That's a bad hook.
No, but I'm saying, if, not all street fighters are,
Yeah.
are good fighters. So if, okay, which one?
Let's just go from the jab.
Yeah, okay, so you got
Jab,
one, two,
because a hook does this.
Yeah, that's.
yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
saying, if the person is not very experienced, they may and still get it in the face before they've even released the Tansao. So I think that's the argument. But if you know what you're doing, then you can do it.
But you have to be super aggressive.
Yeah.
The Tansao only works if you are that half a movement ahead of them and you can preempt the hook coming in, because then you are preemptively attacking the space with the shape.
Mhm.
You might as well try it.
What to do the Tansao?
No, punch me.
Okay, 1, 2.
No, he gave it to me.
All right.
That,
so
no,
let
that's
me do
fine.
it this one.
That's fine because I don't feel comfortable because it is such a dangerous movement.
Yeah, I
I
can
mean, I've
imagine.
really got to. I
Do
mean,
it
I
slow.
know it's coming.
1, 2.
I really have to cut it off.
Can you see that?
Yes,
Really cut it off.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
And that's someone who knows what they're doing. So if you imagine if they were a novice and they were like, yeah, I think I know which one, and I've gone 1, 2, and I've gone. See how the Tansao is.
That's weird because I can't see where it's the trajectory. It's
Yeah.
like there's a demo like this. Some schools they teach some other styles. They teach ways of dealing with the arm. They say if it comes over the top, you do one thing. It comes underneath the bottom, you do a different thing.
Yeah,
Well, and then the question is, right? I'm gonna wind up and throw a strike at our friend Nick here. I'm
Yeah.
gonna ask you to take a guess whether it's coming high or low.
Oh, right. Okay. Hi.
You don't know.
I don't know.
That's
I'm
exactly-
guessing high.
That's the point.
yeah,
Just because of your body angle.
You think I'm gonna whip around the top,
Possibly.
but what's to stop me from just turning?
You could do that as well.
But
I'm
that's
just going by the initial
yeah,
movement.
yeah,
Most guys, when they want to while up against a taller guy, will
sure.
pop.
But
But like you say, yeah, you could switch it up, as in feint the direction like they do in basketball. Yeah, I get that.
the point is, the timing you have to recognize whether it's high or low is very,
Micro,
very
micro.
minute.
I get that.
yeah,
But that's where again, when it goes back to your Tansao, because of what we've done here. If you went 1, 2, then you went 3, then probably I wouldn't do Tan. I'd literally shoot here.
Yeah,
sorry, what
Shoot
you
here,
do?
come on the
You
inside,
do
chop.
choke.
Tansao is just dangerous.
So you would,
Tansao's good. I would say traditionally, if Wing Chun guys,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
in a reality type of, you may get away with it and see if it's going to go high. Maybe that's kind of, and it kind of isn't.
yeah,
That's why I'd be more inclined to turn and shoot forward. So that way, if it does, I can still wrap around the rotator of the
Yeah.
shoulder. Yeah. Then smash with this one, slap with this one, smash, chop, hit, whatever comes to mind.
but
Hammer
to what-
fist,
but to
knife. Does that make sense?
sorry, yes, it does. But what I can't grasp is to what extent this technique is effective. I mean, stopping in the
Wiping
head-
hand.
Yes. To what
Are you
extent?
talking about wiping hand?
Yeah, wiping hand. To what
Or
extent?
this?
Yeah.
This. So this is good when someone's swinging to you. This is more of a checker.
It's not a faxal. It's not a faxal.
No.
It's,
It's-
all you're doing is you're basically putting a frame up. And the rough guide is when this, whatever direction this is coming in, it's the force is generally coming in towards me like this. All I'm
Yeah.
doing is I'm putting my upper arm to face the direction of the force.
He's just basically putting something in the way
Yeah.
of the force coming. It's almost like
It's just a shield. It's just a barrier.
it's just almost like me coming at 60 miles an hour with this hand, and Peter puts an iron bar in the way. Bang! It doesn't matter if it's leaning; it's
Yeah.
still catching.
So
This is like the fail-safe.
So the technique would be to stop it where? Close to the elbow, yeah? Or what? Where would you choose? It's not-
Firstly, here, can you see that?
Yeah,
Here,
yeah,
because Sifu, from Sifu's teachings over the years. You've got that. You go too hard the arm, you've got that. And you can control the shoulders. You can headbutt. You can knee. You can knee. So it's like a containment, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. So this Pete does the same thing.
I'm trying to figure out where I
So you can wrap on the elbow.
give me this one.
So 1, 2.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I vary slightly.
Yeah.
I think I go for coverage because I'm a smaller guy. I try to get maximum contact. So I cover that naturally almost. I
Hold
cover
that
the
thought.
joint.
Hold that thought. So
I see.
you
for-
can see. So you can see. You can see.
Yes.
So I took it slightly deeper.
Yeah.
And I think what my brain wants to do is elbow in the middle and then wrist on the middle of the bicep. So I'm trying to stop the whole arm. So for me, this is because I'm a smaller guy. If I
Yeah.
only take half of it, I'm taking too much of a leverage at the end, big swing.
Because of the bigger muscles
Yeah.
here.
If I take it too deep, this is still going to come through.
That's going to still
So
hook round.
my brain is to shut the arm down.
You see that angle? He's taking it out.
So the area of contact would be bigger for you, not
Yeah.
just
For Peter, yeah.
Yeah, for me.
But for Daddy Longlegs here, it's just going to be here. Because this is good enough to coverage for literally most of his upper arm.
I see. Yeah.
So there's a physical difference.
And-
I
and-
take it there.
And I'll take it there.
Yeah.
Because I have
So-
best of 2 options. Huh?
And it's not a chop, it's just a frame. It's just a
It's
frame.
just a frame, yeah.
I see. And then
You
will-
can
you
listen.
will-
Some styles,
unwind,
some
yeah?
styles you can chop in. You can chop into the arm.
Yeah,
You can
Yeah.
chop. I mean, we've done it a couple of times. You know, chopped into the arm, but
yeah.
the chances of missing are very.
I'll give you a peachy. It's not quite a chop. I move the whole of my forearm in the direction of the force and I shoot
Yeah.
that out. So it is an impact.
So it's almost like a buji, sort of something in the middle, yeah?
It's like a buji without the hand.
And it's
Ah.
driven primarily by my upper arm.
Ah,
So that I'm maximizing dead arm weight. So this is the because what I find is if I isolate the driving part of the movement, if I've gone there here, it means
Yeah.
this is relaxed enough for me to instantly switch up.
yeah,
Because if
Yeah.
I move this and then move this, I have to disengage to hit. So this is relaxed so that I can engage. So I'm engaging.
So it's almost like a committal, then a recommittal to the next move. Stopping
think-
fast, redirecting.
So,
Almost like
sorry.
almost like going in a straight line, stopping and then changing on the right angle. You have to stop to do that right angle.
So-
Whereas
so-
ordinarily you might just flow.
So the up arm should be relaxed to a certain extent.
Yeah. It's driven by this and it's powered by this. So normally, if it is swinging, my hip might not be facing.
Yeah.
So the first thing I'm doing is I'm actually going to drive my hip in quickly
Yeah.
and then just
Right, see that actually made an impact because he was relaxed.
Yeah,
So remember we always said it: soft is hard and hard is soft.
yeah.
So him being harder, it's going to be a lot lighter. I can take that. But him being softer and heavy, wow, yeah, it's going to hurt.
Okay. So
Yeah.
even if Peter is soft, then it will still affect you. Yeah, it will.
Yeah,
Still,
but the movement still has to be there, Dimitri.
sorry.
and
The movement and the angle still have to be there. If it's not there, then I'm going to knock him over.
I see.
that's where the experience comes in because
Yeah.
I make a judgment call as in the direction of the pressure and I'm just pointing my upper arm towards the direction. I'm not aiming.
See you soon.
I don't aim for the.
When am I getting the £5?
I'm not really aiming for the arm.
Yeah.
I'm just covering my face and aiming my upper arm, this part, to where I think the pressure is coming in.
And the only way you'd know that is through training.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The only way you'd know that is through training.
So this is one of those
Oh,
things
yeah,
that we can't
definitely.
teach you. We can only tell you what I'm doing.
So did you hear that? He said, we can't teach you. We can tell you, but we can't teach you.
Yeah.
You have to teach yourself.
But
So Wing
you-
Chun's like 40% knowledge and 60% practical you.
Because
But
what you
you-
can't see at the moment is I've done this, but my lead leg is also pointing there. So I basically turned my whole stance to face the direction of the pressure,
I see. Yeah.
but my hip is still in line with him.
Yeah.
So if I just step my rear leg through, that's where this hit comes in so easily. So that angle lets me step in.
With the left, I see, makes sense.
Yeah,
And then that's how you gain coordination. Yeah, that's how you end momentum. Yeah,
Yeah.
for the next move.
But even coordination, Dimitri, comes with practice. It's all practice. That's what you're trying to say. The message is
Yes.
practice.
That's true.
If you
but-
practice, no, I'm just
but-
saying, if one practice is enough, then
Yeah.
they gain the skills that you're asking about. So like what Pete was talking about, knowing where it is on the arm, that's free
Yeah.
training. That's free training and experience.